Hey y'all, it's JD Mon with Sodiq Yusuff, and we're here at Super Sodiq's MMA Super Studio. And obviously we're here with Kicks TV and of course Too Much Fun Films, always for you. And today we're going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to go over what he's doing, where he's going next, and how he got here. So stay tuned, and if you have any questions, drop them below. Introduce yourself to the world, even though most people in this room know who you are.
My name is Sodiq Yusuff. I am a mixed martial artist. I was born in Nigeria. I came here to the United States when I was young, and I'm opening up a gym out here in Waldorf, Maryland. We're a couple weeks away from my grand opening, and it's been going very well. I've been getting a lot of positive feedback from this area.
And so how long were you in Nigeria before you came here?
So I was 9. I came here when I was 9, but I was stuck here for a long time because I wasn't legal. So when I finally, when I finally got my paperwork, then I was able to go back home often, you know.
What part of Nigeria are you from?
I'm from Lagos. I'm Yoruba. My tribe is Yoruba. I just came back a couple months ago, and my mom literally just came back last month because Izzy gave us a bunch of gear. Gave us a bunch of engaged gear and like gloves and stuff like that to give out to the kids. So I was too busy with the gym stuff, so I sent my mom. So my mom just came back literally like last month.
So she is like very heavily involved in your fight career?
Yeah, she's involved in all aspects of Sodiq Yusuff. She's involved.
she's one of those parents.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Kind of like a managerial type, you know?
A momager.
Yes.
A momager. Yeah. And I do just want to ask your permission. I know that, being undocumented right now is like a really tough time.
Hey, listen, I know how it is. It's a struggle, but listen, I'm an immigrant forever. I'll always side with the immigrants.
What age did you get your papers?
I don't know the official age. I know I was out of high school for sure, but
maybe like the ballpark.
I had to like around maybe like 19.
Like what year is that?
Oh shoot, they do quick. I get punched in the head for a little.
I know, yeah. When did you start fighting? You said your mom's been with you the whole time.
Yes.
Did she get you into it?
No, not at all.
Oh,
I'm Nigerian. No, my mom did not want me fighting. So, the first time I saw the UFC on TV, I was like, I did tell my mom right away. I said, hey, that's what I'm gonna do when I get older.
Oh yeah.
I've always been like an anime nerd since I was a kid, you know.
What's your favorite anime?
My favorite all time, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Hey.
It's 100% the best one, you know. That's a show that you can watch from beginning to the end without like a skip, you know. So when I first saw UFC fighters on TV, I was like, wow, those are like real life anime characters, you know, like they're training to get stronger, achieving
battling like all the time. That's actually a crazy way to look at it.
So I was big like Yu Yu Hakusho show fan. Like there's a lot of shonen fighting anime. So like when I first saw UFC, I was like, wow, those are exactly what that is. You know? So I've always put that in her ear that when I grew up, I was gonna be a fighter. Like anything that I would say I wanted to do, she's always said that I could do, you know. She wouldn't want me to do it, but if I said I wanted to do it, she know that I could, you know. Like nothing, I've never been around negative talk, you know, like pessimist people. So we couldn't pay for extracurricular activities because again, we was illegal, so there's not a lot of extra income coming in. Until I found out about high school wrestling, I didn't even know that was a thing. So in PG County, high school wrestling was not the sport. That's not what people are doing. But I found out that my school did have a wrestling team. I joined. I think there was about 3 or 4 people on the team. In the first year, I didn't qualify because I had no direction in life. I couldn't make the grades. But now it's like, hey, I need to make grades for wrestling. It changed everything drastically. So I wrestled my senior and my junior year.
And you went where?
Bladensburg High School. So right after I graduated, like I said, I couldn't go to school, so I sat around for about a year, and then when I finally got my papers, I was going to Bowie State University. Okay. So I went to Bowie for a semester and a half, but my dream was to be my mom's happiness. That's what I was going to school for. I was going to school there. I'm unhappy. I don't know what I was going to school for. I wanted to be a UFC fighter. And my little brother eventually went to the same college, and he ran into my friend. He was like, man, what happened to Sodiq? One day he was here, and then he just like disappeared.
And then when you see him on UFC, they're like, oh.
I remember there was
that's where he went.
Really started on MMA when I was 19.
So you're saying you started late?
Late, but when you count the amount of time that I squeezed into those short time, it's equal, if not more. I was training minimum 6 hours a day, and the only day I will have off, in which I still do so now consistently, was Sundays. On Sundays, I'll always decompress and do nothing. And then that's the Saturday. It was always a joke at the gym that, like, if you was dying and you decide to call me past Saturday time, you're probably gonna be dead, you know.
He said, I'm not picking up.
Listen,
so you can leave a message. Hopefully, you're still breathing on Monday.
Listen, it helped me. It helped me stay there a little bit longer because I'll always just decompress and remove myself from anything MMA related.
Tell me, what was the point that really you could see in
it's achievable?
Yeah, like what was that make or break moment of where you're like, wow, I can really be on the UFC?
I've always suffered from delusions of grandeur ever since.
You gotta be a little bit best people are.
Yes. So I've never been one who lacked faith, you know. So and like I said, and like I was just saying, yeah. Listen, no matter where I was in life, I always take things back to being immigrant, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's a huge part of you.
Yeah, it was. So the thing is that growing up as an immigrant here, and I don't have the cool clothes. I don't have
the culture.
Yeah, the culture. So like when you're a kid and like you see like the cool kids, like, man, their parents have money, their parents are doing this. In my mind, I always was like, once things are even, I'm gonna be better. So that translated directly into every other aspect of life. I only really joined the football team because I was trying to exercise for wrestling. so I got
conditioning. Like, yeah. So if I get to hit somebody, that's great.
They saw how I was always ahead of the pack and everything we was doing. Like, you know, just make him the captain. You know, the team was horrible, by the way. But as you can see, when they make someone that doesn't know what they're doing,
but like if you don't know the rules, big dude,
you could guess how great we did.
You might have to phone a friend. He said, "What's a pick six?"
Listen, there was one play. Like even now I don't really watch football like that, but it was when they do the kickoff to start the game, and the guy caught the ball and he did something to let him know like he's down or something like that. I'm sure people who know football know what I'm talking about. And it's literally just me running straight at this guy with him just holding the ball like looking like what is this guy doing? And like I run into him at full speed, and the worst part was that the impact wasn't even great. So it's just like like cartoonish, you know? And they're like,
I need to get in the gym.
Everybody like looked around, you know, like.
Tell me a little bit about like what you're doing now. I got to meet Oliver.
Yes.
You guys got to meet Oliver too. Oliver was fantastic. Oliver is a 6-year-old student of Sodiq's, and he fights for freedom.
Yes.
He fights for freedom, and he also fights because it's fun. Can you tell me how you're making it fun for those who are, you know, just a little bit smaller than us and their minds are still growing? But tell me how you're making MMA interesting to a 6-year-old. He talked about, what did he say? A guillotine. He asked what was the last thing you learned in your class, and he said a guillotine. And I said, what is a guillotine? He drops his jacket off, hooks his arm. He said a guillotine is when you put it around here, you put it here, and then you charge.
I always tell the parents, at the end of the day, this should be fun for them. Yeah. Especially at his age group. So we let him age up because he's such a character, you know, and
he's smart.
Beyond, he's
smart.
Years.
That 6-year-old is 10 inside,
so
guys.
we let him do our juniors class, which is actually like 7 to 12.
And that's where he
belongs. He like whenever he's with the Little Ninjas, which is the group he does belong to, he stands out so much. Not even just his skill, just his like cognitively, like
mentally, he's so far beyond them. And I'm sure he's like, no, that's not how you do it.
Yeah.
And he's probably your little helper throughout the class.
Yeah, and it's one of those like in that small class, a lot of it is 50% play, 50% technique.
Do you have kids currently?
No, but I would love to have some.
That's amazing. Are you single?
No, I'm married.
Oh, where's the ring at?
Oh, God. Now she's going to see this and go crazy over me.
I'm just saying.
Listen, no, she's American, but I train martial arts, so I can't have
But you got to put it on for the interview. Where is it at?
It's at home. Look,
it's not even in the building, ladies.
You was getting me so many cool points until this point. Now you're right.
This is a real interview. These are the questions people want to know.
Now you're about to get me killed. You know, I was doing so good. You know.
Well, it's okay. We'll come back.
I guarantee you, at the point where you just said that, she's like, see?
She said, thank you. She just been watching you play with your hands like, wow, he's really testing me right now. Like, really, I can't wait till he gets home. He didn't even know I saw this interview on YouTube.
Now I hope she doesn't see it.
To finish this off, what are some words of encouragement that you would give to a fighter just like you at 9 years old, watching this, thinking, I'm gonna be on UFC, I'm gonna be the like real boxing champion, right? Like, what are some key pieces of advice or words of wisdom that you would share that you wish you would have gotten earlier?
That your work ethic is always more important than your passion. No matter how much you love something, sooner or later you will hate it a little bit before you fall back in love with it. That's why you have to be consistent with what you do. Nobody listen, I love ice cream. If you give me ice cream every day of the week, it's gonna fall off after a while. But that's why it's very important that, like, hey, today I show up at practice at 10 o'clock. You do that every day for the rest of your life because you need that discipline.
Is there anything else that you want to say?
No. Hey, Sodiq Yusuff Mixed Martial Arts. If you like my personality, I spread it throughout the gym. It goes to everybody.
And where can we find you?
Everything is Super Sodiq. Everywhere on Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere is Super Sodiq. This is a 3480 Rockefeller Court in Waldorf for Suite I and J, the last 2 doors.
Give me the grand opening
Yes.
information.
The next thing we have coming up is our grand opening February 21st.
2026.
We're gonna be 2026. We're gonna have every fighter from the DMV who ever made it to the UFC.
Oh wow. Bring Oliver.
Okay.
Make sure Oliver is there. That's my little buddy, man. But I appreciate you. Thank you so much for talking with me. And y'all, this has been JD Bond. Thank you so much for watching Kicks Club TV. We're sponsored by My Tallow and Too Much Fun Films. And you can check us out on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. But make sure you stay kicking. Peace.